Hello, hello, hello. Group number 6. Welcome to your reading. All right. Just before we go ahead, don't forget to subscribe. You can do that by clicking that little red bottom button just there, so you know when I release my next content. Okay, so group number 6. Let's find out why you were pulled, why you had to click on this reading. Why? Let's find out. All right, we've got she sleeps with the stars. So that's being comforted by divine energy, knowing the universe has got your back. And this is like nighttime illumination. So being comforted by your subconscious, being comforted and peaced by the darkness, knowing that day will appear tomorrow. Ooh. And to balance your dark side, we've picked a light oracle for you. So you, the MU, is the spiritual leader. So, wow. Hey, no wonder you've been sleeping by the stars. You've been doing the universe's work. All right, let's see. Okay, so in your first house, which is Aries is in the first house, house of the self, self as in you being yourself, me, myself and I. Public transport might be down, can't get to where you need to be or where you want to be. There's things that you're finding out that are coming to light, maybe about yourself, the transposition of being a follower to a spiritual leader. So, talks about multi-universe versus the self-doubt, confusion, and the free will to set yourself away from mental conflict. It's like in the mind you feel like you can only proceed by moving backwards, whereas as the universe is presenting this sense of freeness, free will. So you have the will to remove those swords and move forward because the past is known. So it's got the realm of Fae here. So this is like a dark tunnel in terms of like being aware to the self changing in substance. So like, all right, Aries and the sun beside you. So there's a sense of a heightened awareness or something coming to light, something making sense, like an epiphany. With regard to something you've rooted yourself down to belong to, like something you relate yourself to. Four of Swords sitting in Taurus, so second house, possessions. Perhaps you're wanting to stay in your comfort zone. You're feeling comfortable in your comfort zone. And then 10 of Swords in your Gemini house, communication and family. So there's some sort of outcome coming to you with regard to communication that in a sense is going to set you free or set you onto this destiny, this journey of free will. Cancer house, number 5, children and creativity. So maybe your children are taking too much of your energy and you're not able to delve into your creativity. There's a sense that you have the ability to balance this though. And then you've got Wheel of Fortune. This was home. Yeah, home, okay. with regard to children and your creativity that's affecting you. All right, but there is some sort of outcome with regards to your creative purpose, what the work you're doing and how you put your energy into how you do it. There's been a lot of conflict in terms of your working relationships, and because of work it has affected your relationship, so that's like caused you a lot of conflict, which has then given you like the double-edged sword 3 times. So, you know, by not being able to give fully to each one, it's like a job lack of well done. 1 and 3, by honoring your mind, body and spirit, you're going to find and seek beauty in everything. So know that you can't help everyone as a spiritual leader, but for them that might just be the help that they needed. A world of wonder opens. So there's something you're needing to let go of in terms of a life cycle, something that's given you something you're really passionate about, but you've left it in the dark. It still burns within you. Perhaps this is like lack of being able to tap into your creativity, but this talks about having a creative idea that's burning within inside you, perhaps in your subconscious, that you're bringing light to as well. I think perhaps your children or whoever you've been putting all your care into and having to balance, they have to be part of this journey in order for it to be enlightened, and for it to be successful. You need to bring light to it. So you need to letting go of anything that, or anyone that slanders this project or idea, or anyone who thinks will slander it. You need to let go of that energy, because the preventing God, Page of Wands sitting up here in your Sagittarius house of education, Spirit wants you to know that they're working with your enemies. In some cases, for some of you, this will become aware when you bring this creativity to light. So the Moon card over here in your Capricorn house, so career and status. This talks about you questioning whether your career move as a spiritual leader is actually possible. Is it legible? Will people believe me? What a tricky outcome. This talks about doing something and seeing something externally, but feeling emotionally connected about it otherwise. So this is the pull of like external people saying and thinking, you know what the outcome's going to be when you bring this situation to light, and that's what makes you a bit like tempestuous with the water, because you're bringing that maybe you're worried about bringing your family or your children or something from your home space into the mix. It's emotionally sort of unwelcoming in the sense, but there's a sense of a necessity for this to be a new outcome for you, which plays out in your social life. So if we look at, there's someone you're missing or something you're missing from home and family, and that's what's caused the pain. So some revelation about family is unraveling this. It's going to take you out of your comfort zone, but you've been there for too long anyways. So the realm of Fae. And then we've got 31 for peace. So peace over when you're moving into this space. What worries me is, or what worries you is, I feel like the feeling of worry is the in-between stage. Like, you can see where you need to be, you're feeling comforted in your downtime, but it's the physical level that's driving all this friction within your emotions, because there's responsibilities and tasks that you need to stay on top of while moving into this new spiritual leader space, while recreating. So this could be even talking about like opening your new business, and it doesn't have to be spiritual. It just means that you're leading something up for the first time, and it's a brand new thing. People are perceiving it as a spiritual concept because it's so new. And it's, you're worried about what people is going to say, especially those ones who are around you. who you feel like who should be or is said they would support you, aren't really connecting or won't connect to the fact of your creation. I was called to pull some name cards. Name cards. Alright. Franklin, Gardner, Hanson, Clifford, Oliver, Holland, and Kay. So these could very well be places or suburbs or even people, surnames, relatives, places and people of significance. Don't forget your degrees of separation. So this is talking about, it could be your child's school friend. That clarifies something in this reading. You're needing to evaluate that information for yourself. It could be K solicitors, or like K, your friend, or Hansel and Russell. I don't even know if that's a business, but for example, you know. Moving on. So there's a sense of so it's like, I feel like this card, this internal energy here is drawn at, you're really drawing for internal peace. You're hoping and wanting this project on this release that brings peace to people. You're hoping in that masculine energy that through your organization and leadership and your structure, that you haven't made any mistakes and people won't act out in melodrama. So this is like a future concept you're constantly worrying about. You're thinking about memories for either your children or childhood memories, the things that you think of in the past. This is like your nostalgia. You're wanting to ascend some of those mental activities because stepping into a leader space, you have to be wary of your under earth, your underground, your underround. I'm talking about like the fire in your belly. What do we suppress and what do we light up? So there's things that there's communication or something about you're needing to exit some sort of childhood memory or revisit it in introspection. Excuse me a sec. Sorry about that. So if I were to apply that energy to your reading right now, in a sense, you're feeling like you're needing some directions from spirit because you feel like you're at the right post, but this kind of gives me the Chariot. It's like you're ready to move, but you're not sure where to go because something's blocking your view. So whatever's blocking your view is this family thing. It's like you're comfortable in your comfort zone, not talking about it or it being not addressed. But in a sense, for you to balance your bringing to light your new project or this idea that's coming forth, and for you to step in and to bring this idea forth, this has to be let go of. So there's something, it's talking about the land of dreams, having courage and compassion to preserve, to be able to work through the mastery, which gives me the magician energy. Is it a mystery or is it manipulation and mastery? Take it how it resonates. So there's something about when you're asleep and waking at sunrise, there's a sense of you tapping into like spirit early in the morning or upon awakening. It's like someone on their morning run, but it says like, you know, when you're able to tap into spirit, you're being initiated into the halls. The sense of like, this gives me the feeling of when you're being initiated into the halls, it's like the halls of time. It's like the library of evolution. It's like kind of walking around unknown. It feels like you're walking to some sort of end. But it's like, see, when you step onto the unknown, it's like that full energy. You're leaping into trust, right? So that's beautiful. I love that those two cards were beside each other. That's like you having to take that leap and walking into the unknown. And it's like when you jump, you know, someone's there to catch you in another universe. It's like the universe is just another step away. So trust in the unknown. Like, I'll ask you, just because you can't see it, does that mean it isn't real? So there's so I feel like we've got the sunset here, 7, and then the sun over here in Pisces. So spirituality. So there's something coming to light, something being illuminated, and it's very joyous and happy. At the same time, it's like you're holding on to having to be organized and stay in this responsible, supportive energy, being the leader. Even more responsibility as a spiritual leader, because when you're operating as the Empress in the creation, you're building abundance, and that requires a lot of action and energy from you, from both the physical, emotional and spiritual realms. Like, you have to apply all of you when you're birthing a creation. This like talks about when you sleep with the stars, you're sunsetting into magic. And that, wow. Beautiful, sorry. When you sleep with the stars, you set into magic. That just kind of got me the vibe of it, just randomly popped into my head. Like, that's like gold digging. Be mindful and wary of when you step into this leader role. People are going to come at you. So like I said, sleeping with the stars, you know, that talks about someone trying to get close to you for your resources, and not necessarily for the best of your well-being. So acknowledge that and seek beauty within yourself, to respect yourself and know that the information that you're giving out is for the highest good. And know that the angels are protecting your enemies, so you don't need to worry about that, because the fire burning inside your belly is part of why you're here. So it talks about coming down to ground, understanding the underground and the knowingness of the freedom between the light and the dark. The other world, like I said, knowing the freedom between the light and the dark opens the other world. So to open the other world, you know that being compassionate and understanding is a part of the key to be trustworthy to enter into that realm. And it always requires a constant reflection of self-evaluation and rebirth and renewal. So you can't stay the same and exist and pretend to be allowed back into the temple, into the world, the library of evolution of time, without having to evolve yourself. Testing the widths of time, or testing the time of faith. So you've got imagination. So you're imagining what your teaching process looks like. How do I lead the people? You're crossing your I's and dotting the T's and talking about how do I focus on education rather than the details? How do I bring my product to light without getting nitty-gritty, so that people are able to focus and commit on awakening, instead of being stuck in pause and selfishness. You're wanting to end those cycles so that everyone's able to accomplish self-empowerment and fulfillment with their own journeys. So as the spiritual leader, we all know that journey involves staying confident, being passionate, and to stay alive and rejuvenated, we need to take journeys and be adventurous. So sometimes that means getting out, and sometimes that means staying about. This talks about like seclusion, you know, finding that safe place in the woods where this space is perfect for me to operate in and speak with spirit, so I can converse on my new projects and then rebirth and deliver to the world. You know, so a lot of the times adventure and people bring intuition and inspiration to us, that removes us beyond our fear and takes us into spaces that we'd never thought we'd leap into. Well, guess what? The gate is open. Be ready for graciousness, practicality, because you're capable of entering and graduating, living in the present. So that's what a spiritual leader does. Okay, so we've got transformation there. Transformation, so 33. Wow, that's like, that's so pretty. So what you're needing to do as a leader is you're needing to transform all the sorrow into forgiveness, because this is what starts your healing process. You can start by focusing on your family, how you love them, and how you choose to bless them with the abilities that you choose to teach them, their life lessons of independence. How are you teaching them to look after themselves? So justice is here with celebration. So that's like 4 and 8 energy. So protection is never ending for a spiritual leader. So once again, saves from enemies and confounds the wicked and propagation of light. So when you're working as a spiritual leader, know that you're always protected when you're working from light. Justice and celebration. So because of your good intention to help heal and lead, the law of fairness and karma is working in your favor, and that's worth celebrating. So awaken to your landing to Olympus, because your past choices are rebirthing and birthing a new world. Get ready to set sail, because independence in the underwater realm is essential to your oneness and your return back to spirit. Wow. Alright, so I'm going to kind of felt like kind of really pumped that out then. Like alright, so tell me about the birthing of this energy and how it affects the emotions. Alright, so this is in the sleep state or at night. It's the birthing of this will bring you relief, hope, and help you to move on. Spirit wants you to remind yourself to meditate, because it gives you recuperation and takes you out of contemplation. When we meditate, we see things very clearly. Know that as the spiritual leader, you are knowledgeable, but you hold responsibility to be objective. So know what was always right and wrong, and know the cause of the effect. Know that operating in lack and worry, spirit is always there to assist you, but know that you have half responsibility to pull yourself into spirit as well. When we talk about, okay, so how do we bring forth happiness and the wheel of fortune, opposing with this conflict here, and seeing beauty? So what's this? What are we bringing light to there? So awareness, caution, and consequences. So that might be part of this project and something that you're also worrying about, which was the energy I was picking up before. So awareness, caution, and consequences. So you know that through moving into things and moving in and out of things has, see, that's the, this message is very strongly for someone who has children. You know that bringing your children into this has consequences. So what does group 6 need to do to manage this? How does group 6 manage this? Wishes and dreams and happiness. So staying in that happy vibe energy. Spirit's always protecting you. So these are your worries. Spirit's wanting to let you know that they can hear the disappointment and regret, and you're needing to work on forgiveness, because if you can't forgive yourself, who else will? Don't be sorry for your talents, and don't be sorry for the work that you're going to be recognized for, because know that even in creation, it takes many aspects and parts to acknowledge its development. So, you know, all right, let's talk about this Ten of Swords within the communication and family. Inspiration, communication, and adjustment. So, yeah, that's pretty good, right? Indecision, avoidance, and confusion. So, as youth, the children, if you're worried about children, as youth, the work's very inspiring. It helps them communicate, and there are some adjustments required. In the long run, it will cause them some indecisions and avoidance and confusion, because maybe your work exposes them to too many options in the first instance. So the illusions and dependencies are around the money you're making with your investments, and you're needing to make assessments over your investments, whether you're making decisions based from your ego, which is casting the illusions, or whether you're dependently relying on the material world. So know that if you are bringing your children into this, and your focus and your energy is on the material gain, know that they will resent you for it in the long run. So this is what would cause them confusion, because okay, yeah, mum or dad has been stepped into this leader role and they've been successful, and it's been fun at first, but later on it causes them indecisiveness, because it asks them, do I want to take on this big responsibility as mum or like dad, or do I want to make my own decisions for myself? So when children are exposed to too many things, sometimes it's quite confusing. And know that they remember when you're not there. So this could be the reason why you're wanting to bring them in as part of it. What other guidance do they need to know? The dreamer. So the beginning of believing, know that you are protected. So that your children are protected. So it's about them developing their intuition as well, and making decisions for themselves. Know that your path is always different to your children, unless otherwise it's written in the soul contract for them to take up. But truthfully, you cannot assume that their outcome is the same as yours. You can only do your best by guiding them, right? And so maybe this also talks about when you become a spiritual leader, you're divinely guiding the children of Earth. So it's like operating from truth and from a place of where data has been analyzed, and it says outspoken, but it's also like hiding behind one truth in a sense. I feel like you're needing to ingrain some more diversity into your thinking, because one way thought is always comes to an ending. One way thought also connects us to wise counsel, which is belonging, learning, and traditions, which traditionally, if we believe in those things, they give us prosperity, contentment, and we celebrate that. But what Spirit's wanting you to really do is focus on love. So that's internal, eternal love. Love for yourself, love for your counterparts, love for your children, love for children of the earth. Know that when you step into this leadership role, you're embellishing the energy of being creative, enthusiastic, and motivated. And Sometimes that'll cause people to want to control the outcomes. That's like, you know, if you're bringing something new to the universe, and it's, you know, people are going to want to reach out and latch on without knowing their clear intent. If they're hiding behind one-sided thinking, be prepared for conflicts and competition, because they might be just swooping in for extra information or wanting to get in on your your prosperity, taking from your generosity, or feeding off your successful activities. So the speed at which you're operating is multitasking, and it's almost close to the speed of light. When you think of the sense of sleeping, it's like blinking. The wheel, luck, progress, and change. So you're coming out of your comfort zone, success, recognition, and enthusiasm. So that's the sun twice there. All right, so saves from enemies. Tell us about the enemies. Enemies. Okay, so your enemies are the ones who are feeling unrecognized for their talents. So they're delving to you for collaboration. Protection, preparedness, and resilience. So Spirit's going to warn you and give you a sense of a gut instinct or intuitive feeling. But that's something you don't even need to worry about, because that's just a distraction, and takes you away from what you need to be birthing, opposed to being self-absorbed and causing discontentment within. I'm going to read for these now. So she sleeps with the stars. All right. The solitary witch has freedom, and some nights when the air is soft and warm, the stars are bright, and the moon is dark, she steps out into what others call the darkness. She holds no torch, and she lights no fire. The only warmth comes from the closeness of the faraway stars. She stares a while, then makes a little bed for herself and nestles into the earth, and lets each star drench her with its light and its wisdom and its promise. She sometimes asks a question and then sleeps, and then the stars and the closeness then she feels with them seems to bring her nearer to her understanding what with the answer would or could look like. No one asks her what she's doing or why she does these things. She's free. So she sleeps, starlight shaping her features, her skin bathed in the light of the other solar systems, and dreams of one, and the dream she dreams of one who knows the comfort of belonging, not only to this world but to the worlds that lie beyond them. So the meaning of this card. Connect with starlight, sleep under the stars. The night has wisdom for you. Find your answers within the stars. The presence of the night goddess. So I'm going to read the reversed meaning. Too long between night adventures. A need to see the stars. The soul longing for a time amidst the darkness. Wisdom from the night places seems elusive. Difficulty creating time for the night and for connection and with its wisdom. Fear of the night, inability to hear the calls of the night goddess. So if you are a spiritual leader and avoiding stepping into your purpose, that would be the reverse meaning of that card. You're avoiding becoming a spiritual leader. MU 40. So a love this card. I just like the way it's drawn. It's just really fun. Guidance, fatherhood, dream chasing, excellence, visualization, and crystals. Despite their comical looks, these great flightless birds hold great wisdom and many teachings. Have you had a dream or goal in mind but lacked the motivation to chase it? The Emu is telling you that now is the time to act. Stop procrastinating, start running, and don't look back. These birds are a symbol of excellence. Call on their energy to empower you to be your best. Emu comes into your thoughts as a reminder to check in with your spiritual self. Meditate, visualize, and reconnect with nature, and focus on your self-worth and esteem. Take careful and calculated steps to plan something important. Emus is a great role model for fathers. If you are a father or soon to be one, an emu can show you how to balance strength and calm. Sacrifice is a part of parenthood, but remember to nurture yourself as well as your family. Call on the emu energy for help focusing on tasks, dreams, goals, or life in general. To find your spiritual spark, or when you feel your relationships need improving. To spark your drive for excellence. So the advice for this card, for the emus, as a spiritual leader, don't forget to run wild and play for balance. Chakra is the sacral, so third and the third eye, so orange and purple is key. And this is the mantra: I am the creator of my dreams. I excel in making them a reality. Let's say it together. I am the creator of my dreams. I excel in making them a reality. All right, one more time. I am the creator of my dreams. I excel in making them a reality. Yeah. All right, so in the YouTube channel, I do quite a few there. We do star sign readings, monthly readings. We do pick a card, pick a pile, which is what you've just experienced now. And we also do we do all of our shorts in there as well. So get in there and check all of that out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't forget or miss out on anything when I post or release on YouTube. So for now, take care, embrace your spiritual leader energy, have no fear, and let's leave it there. I'll see you in any of the other readings, but in the meantime, love you lots, take care, and
don't despair.